TubeBuddy. I am so excited to jump in on this one. We've got a special guest joining us, but before we jump in, we do have some breaking social media world news, which is actually kind of exciting. Instagram has announced that they are now enabling a browse with friends feature. So this is actually going to allow you to get on a video stream with your friends on Instagram, and while you're talking to them with social distancing, you have the ability to scroll through Instagram. So you are together even though you are apart. They have also said that they are going to be enabling some fact checking for some of the things going on to make sure that the accounts that are putting out information really are putting out the correct information. They also have a donation button that they are adding to help with the costs and expenses for fighting this virus, and they've enabled stay-at-home stickers, which now allow us to show each other what we're doing as we're dealing with social distancing, and it all goes into one really cool feed together. I am very, very excited for these new Instagram features, and I want to hear from you. If you have seen these or used these, let me know down in the comments below, and let me know what you think you're going to do with them if you have not started them yet. We did have some really cool people hanging out with us this week. We had one great comment that said, I can't tell you how helpful this tip is. We have never found such an easy way to follow videos for Instagram thumbnails. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and I'm really glad that that actually helped you out. We had a great comment that said that this is useful information. They didn't know that Facebook actually had a new overhaul in the works and that there were 4 previous versions. Instagram announced earlier this week they're rolling out their FB5, their 5th version, and we talked about it last time we were on air, so make sure you check out that video if you have not checked that one out yet. Amanda hung out with us and said, interesting video. She's never heard of Vellum, but is definitely going to try it. If you guys did not check out our video all about how you can use Vellum to format your ebooks or print books for your lead magnets, for your newsletter giveaways, or for the books you're selling out on Amazon, this is a great resource for you. Make sure you check it out. It is something we use a lot in the author world, and it has been helping entrepreneurs as well as authors. Yes to Tech said, can't wait to do this. Totally needed a tutorial on how to add a guest to your live stream. We took you behind the scenes of BeLive and showed you exactly how you can do the technical side of adding a guest to your live streams. So make sure you're checking out that video if you missed it earlier this week. We had a great comment that said, this is great, super specific information. You widen my noggin. Love that you really offer clear bullet points, timelines, and etc. to alleviate anxiety for potential future guests on your show. We were talking all about how to get guest stars onto your live streams and Sexy Sweets and Silly Stories. Hung out with us and learned how to do that this week. If you haven't checked out the video, make sure you do. And we also got a comment from our vertical video tutorial on how to make the vertical videos for IGTV. And it said, this was so helpful. Thank you for making this. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. And the more comments you leave, the more likely you are to get a shout out. So we want to hear from you what you need to see next to grow that profitable business through your smart social media marketing. All right. Are you guys ready? I am incredibly excited because today we are talking all about TubeBuddy. Rob Balasabas is hanging out with us. Rob, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the show. This is awesome. I'm super excited.
I'm really excited because I actually got to watch a live stream with you earlier this week over with BeLive, and you delivered amazing information. So before we jump in, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me on the show again. Hi, everyone. My name is Rob Balasabas. I'm the brand evangelist at TubeBuddy. So we are a tool for YouTube creators. And so we're your best friend when it comes to YouTube, helping you grow, helping you manage your channel, optimize everything that you're doing, all your workflows so that you guys can earn more views, more subscribers, and have a more successful time using YouTube.
So if you are someone who is using YouTube right now, this is a great tool. I actually use this within my brand as well. You can ask all of your questions right now. And Rob, I know you actually do stuff outside of the TubeBuddy world as well. So real quick, what is that about? Because we want to ask questions on that too.
Yeah, sure. So outside of, I guess, what I do with TubeBuddy, I have my own channel. I'm building my own sort of brand, I suppose, and doing a lot of speaking. Right now, not much conference or travel, but a lot of summits. a lot of interviews like this and getting to hang out with people like you and, setting up different communities and things like that. So yeah, I just really love connecting with people and helping people with, their channels, their social reach, and all the things that you're trying to do online. And however I can do that, then I do. I also have an online course around LinkedIn, funny enough, and then another course that I'm building right now. So I know that you have an awesome course that you're going to be putting out there as well. So yeah, that's what I do.
And I love that you actually have quite a bit of experience with course creation as well. Tell me just a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. Really, really quickly, before TubeBuddy, I was on the partnership team at a company called Thinkific. And so if you guys are in the course world, if you guys have online courses, then you're probably really familiar with them. It's an online course platform as well.
Fantastic. All right, let's dive in. I want to talk a little bit about TubeBuddy. So for those people who are just hearing this for the first time, what exactly is TubeBuddy? What do they do? And what can you expect when you get into TubeBuddy's features?
Yeah, absolutely. So TubeBuddy is a platform that has over 65 different little tools, some of them small, some of them really big, that helps you as a YouTube creator manage your channel, optimize your channel, also help you with getting a lot of data to help you research what kind of content you should be creating. So there's actually a few different ways that you can access TubeBuddy. We've got a mobile app, we've got a browser extension, and then we also have an actual web app that you can log into from your browser. So most commonly though, people use the Chrome extension because what we've done, well, I guess a little background is that TubeBuddy, the team itself, the founders, have been creating tools for YouTube for probably 10 years now. And so I think around 2014, they decided that instead of just having a website where people go to log in, let's reach people, let's reach the creators where they are and actually build something inside of YouTube or something that will overlay on top of YouTube. And so that's what you see now. If you go to TubeBuddy.com, you can connect your YouTube account to TubeBuddy so that all the tools for TubeBuddy are inside of YouTube. So when you log in, you can easily access all the different tools, and we try to put them where it makes sense for you to access them. So there's so many different things in there. There's keyword research, there's split testing thumbnails, there's retention analyzer tools and things like that. There's canned comment responses, which if you have if you're getting a lot of traction on YouTube, you have a lot of comments. And so we've created a tool to allow you to have canned responses, for people looking for your website, or hey, what was that link to that microphone you were talking about, or all those things. So that's really what, I know it's a really long answer. It's just because there's no way to do that answer within a few sentences. But basically, TubeBuddy has over 65 different tools inside of the platform to help you throughout your entire YouTube management sort of workflow.
Which I absolutely love. I am a big fan of TubeBuddy, and the Chrome extension is really, really helpful. And I want to talk a little bit about my favorite part, which is the Keyword Explorer. So can we dive in and have a conversation about what this is and how beneficial this is?
Yeah, so the Keyword Explorer is my favorite tool as well. So even when I was at Thinkific, I was managing our YouTube channel, and that's really my most used tool. And so with YouTube is a search engine, right? So everybody knows this. It's owned by Google, and so keywords are huge. Like if the title of your videos, the description, are you putting enough keywords? Not too much. You don't want to spam keywords in your description. And then also there's tags, right? So those three things, those are things that we address in that keyword research tool. So the nice thing is that with TubeBuddy, you can kind of see based on different keywords and also based on your channel, you can kind of see if this keyword is too competitive, if there's enough search for it to make it worth your while, and then we'll make suggestions. So for example, if you were going to be searching, I don't know, live stream strategies or live stream marketing strategies, depending on your channel, if you've been talking about live stream in your previous videos, you may already be ranking for these videos, for these keywords. then that might be a good keyword for you. We will then suggest other keywords like maybe live stream strategies for for authors, right? Like you may have we'll suggest longer term keywords for you that are not as competitive, but might be a better opportunity for you. So there's a lot of things like that inside of the keyword research tool. And that's where I spend a lot of my time. Like if you talk to a lot of really successful creators out there on YouTube, they spend probably 2 or 3 times longer doing the keyword research before they even create the video, because they want to make sure that that is an opportunity for them to rank when people are searching those keywords.
And that's something that's really important, to do that research in advance. And I love that it makes it really easy for us. When you're looking inside of the TubeBuddy extension, when you're looking at that information, what kind of is something that we should be looking for in terms of what good keywords are?
Yeah, so keywords are really good. So you want to go after keywords that are a little longer. If you're just starting out, you want to make sure that you're addressing one specific keyword. Sometimes people will want to have 2 keywords or 2 phrases in a title, but just address one main primary keyword. Once you've figured out the keyword that you want to go after, we've got another tool that I go into after the keyword research tool, which is called the SEO Studio. And so the SEO Studio will basically help you craft a really good description based on YouTube best practices to make sure that your title and your description are talking to each other, that they're synced up to really get you the maximum SEO benefit out of YouTube. So again, just focus on one primary keyword or phrase and then work around that. You may want to also, in the title, again, think of what the potential viewer will be searching, right? So, for example, live stream tools, right? So if maybe that's the keyword, you may want to think, what is the viewer going to be searching? They may be looking for the best live stream tools, or the live stream tools to check out when you're starting. Like you want to make sure that that's also a phrase that you want to think of what people are going to be searching out there. So yeah, you want to do that. And then there's also there's so many tools I can kind of keep on going. What happens is that when I talk to a lot of creators too, is that when they're searching keywords, they actually bump into other terms and other keywords that give them ideas on what other videos to create.
Yeah.
I don't know if this has happened
to
you.
me.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, that's a really good question. Like, if you're searching live stream tools, it might be like live stream tools, how to use BeLive, right? Like how to get started with BeLive, or BeLive tutorials, or like a specific thing about BeLive, right? Bringing on a guest when you're using BeLive, right? Like so all these things are really cool because it will suggest content for you, which is, I find a lot of creators out there, they struggle. They're like, oh, I don't know what to talk about. Like I don't really know, what people want to learn from me. So I find that you want to listen to your audience, but you also want to look at the whole YouTube picture and see, what are people on YouTube? There's like so many people on YouTube. What are they looking for? And maybe I can jump into sort of that highway of searches and be found through that. So yeah.
That's definitely something that I do when I'm researching for keywords that are going to work for me. I'll find things that are related to, but not directly the same thing. And then I can create a series, which allows me to do my playlists, which is really, really great for growing my channel because I can lead into the next video's content as well. So not only does it help with those keywords, it helps with all of my content creation, which I love so much.
Yeah.
It's a great resource for it.
I love that. I love how you're using playlists, by the way, on your channel. So
Thank
smart.
you.
So smart.
I would like to hear that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's so smart.
I know with TubeBuddy, you actually have the ability to do that SEO research. You can do your keyword research, but you also have the ability to kind of create templates. You can kind of create these bulk actions. Tell me a little bit about what that has to offer.
Totally. So yeah, really good question. So yeah, you can create templates for your descriptions, for example. So maybe you have, if you take a step back from your channel and you were to put your content, your videos into 3 or 4 buckets. right? You may have tutorials, for example. You may have interviews. You may have live streams. So all of these different sort of buckets of videos that you create on your channel, you can create a template for your descriptions for each of those videos, right? So for interviews, you may have a description template that has the information for your guests, their website, their affiliate link if they're promoting something, all those different things for that template, that type of content. For your tutorials, you may have a different type of template as well. So it just makes life easier. These are things that it takes a few minutes here and there, but it really adds up throughout the whole day. There's actually a really fun sort of tool inside of TubeBuddy where you can put in sort of like what you would pay yourself hourly, and then based on the tools you've been using and your history of like how you're using the platform, it calculates how much money you've saved in terms of like labor and time. So anyways, it's just a fun tool to check out if you want. But yeah, and then there's also bulk updates. So this is really important if, for example, you are going to be launching a new course or a product. So what you can do is you can do a bulk update for all your descriptions to put the call to action to check out your course or download your free PDF guide across all your videos. That way, whatever videos on your channel people are watching, the first thing they'll see is the call to action to your new course that you're launching, and it's only open for 2 weeks or 10 days or whatever. And then after your course is closed or your shopping cart is closed, then you can upload it, you can update it again, bulk update it again to remove that line from the top of all your descriptions on your video. So it's a really good way to drive traffic to a specific campaign if you want. So yeah, really, really easy.
That's actually brilliant, and I had not thought of using it in that way, so I feel like I really need to do that now. I love that.
Yeah. It's such a time saver. I mean, the alternative is you would go into each video one at a time, edit it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that would take forever, which is why I don't do that. But now that that's actually something I can do, I really need to get on this. That's fantastic.
Yeah, little things.
Seriously. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs are using TubeBuddy to kind of grow what they're doing within their platform. So do you have any like creative tips for us for people who are jumping in?
Yeah, well, I would say the one thing that I really like, if you are looking to if you're a little bit like I really like the thumbnail split test tool. So a lot of people out there, they're not sure, like, is this a good thumbnail? Is this the color I want? And a lot of people, if you don't know TubeBuddy and you don't know about this feature, you kind of like, well, I've kind of got one shot with my thumbnail on YouTube. I can upload one thumbnail and that's really it. And so we've got this tool and it allows you to upload 2 versions of your thumbnails. So maybe you have one with your face and maybe one without your face. Like if you're doing a BeLive, let's say you're doing a BeLive tutorial, you may have one version that is just a BeLive logo with, like 1 or 2 words. Or then you also have a second version with your face, like your headshot, with the BeLive logo, like you pointing to it or something. And then you'll kind of see, like which one will do best. And so our tool will allow you to basically automatically set it to update your thumbnail every 24 hours. And then after 15 days or 30 days, whatever you like, it will tell you this thumbnail, this version did better. And then you're like, okay, well then now I know, like this thumbnail did better. And then now for future videos, you can understand like, hey, maybe now my audience likes this kind of look. Like they like it, they click more when my face is on the thumbnail. It's also a really good tip. I've seen this really well. And a lot of top creators that I interview on our live streams tell me this too, is that it's really important for the first 24 hours of your videos when you upload it to get a lot of views. Like it's called view velocity. So what you want is it first goes to a small population, a small sample of your subscribers. And then if they are starting to click on your thumbnail, then it goes out to more of your subscribers. And then eventually within 24 hours, it'll start getting shared into recommended videos by YouTube. And so what they tend to do is that first 24 or 48 hours, their thumbnail has their face or some type of branding that connects them to the creator, right? So, and then after that, when it starts getting shared, after 48 hours, when it starts getting shared in recommended videos to people that don't know you, then they change it to a more generic thumbnail without their face, because their face kind of like it almost like stops people from clicking that don't know them yet to a new audience. So just a recommendation there, just a tip for somebody. If you guys are a little bit more advanced, you have the capacity to create a couple versions of your thumbnails, I think that's a really big key factor with getting views on YouTube for sure.
And I love that, because as someone who does research warm audiences and cold audiences, that is something that we have discovered, that it's really important to have your face out there for the people that already know you. But sometimes it does kind of act like that wall or that block for people that have not met you yet. So being able to kind of change it for your warm audience versus your cold audiences going out to people is kind of a really big deal. Like, I use TubeBuddy. I did not use it to full capacity, so I feel like I'm learning things. Like, this is good.
Good. I'm glad.
It's educational for me. I like it when people who are smarter than me come on the show.
Oh, no. I'm not at all. No, I mean, I totally feel you, because even when I was at Thinkific and I was using TubeBuddy, I felt like I was getting, what I needed out of it. But then when I joined the team and I kind of got product training, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's all these things that I'm just like, I should have been using this like 2 years ago. And I had access to it. It's not like, TubeBuddy, I mean, I feel it's a pretty fairly priced. Like, I think there's a free version, and that's like $9 a month, all the way to like $49 at the top plan. So I was on the top plan. I had all of the features, but I was just like not using it. I'm like, man, I should have been using this like 2 years ago, but it is what it is. It's good that you know now rather than later.
Exactly. And I know you guys have a lot of really great resources and tutorials, so when people are jumping in, they can get that training to actually learn how to use all the features and all of the functions, so that we're not just kind of halfway using it like some of us.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, yeah, I'll share this really quickly as well, is that every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, we do TubeBuddy 101. So a lot of people there, much like me and you, like when they're starting, they're like, I don't even know where to start. There's so many tools, features inside of TubeBuddy. I want to grow my channel, but I don't know where to start. I want to use you guys. So we just invite anyone that's just started with TubeBuddy to this session. It's a live session. So it's me and Andrew, my colleague, and we kind of show you some basics. And then we just sit there for half an hour at the end of the stream, and we just answer questions. So so I'll share the link with you after this, and you can share with your audience. But yeah, you guys are more than welcome. Yeah, there you go. You guys are more than welcome. You guys are more than welcome to join us. I'm happy to have you.
Fantastic. I love it. And I love that this is something that really kind of bumps up your standing within YouTube. So have you kind of found any tips and tricks when it comes to creating videos for YouTube that work a little bit better than others, since you have access to all of this really great content and the people who are creating it and growing because they're using TubeBuddy?
Yeah. So if you're just starting out, like really quickly, your videos are not going to be, it's not what you're gonna see out there unless you have a team, unless you have somebody helping you that's been doing videos for a while. But if you're like most of us, like your first 50, 100 videos, just get to those. Just create as many videos as you can. Kind of get in the rhythm of using the different tools, getting in front of camera, talking to a camera, editing, like all these things. There's so much that goes into becoming a YouTube creator, a video creator. So just get those first 50 or even 100 videos out of the way, because they're not going to be good. You're going to look back at them, you're going to laugh, but you just got to get it done. And then I think, outside of just getting started and creating videos and learning all the different things that you need to learn, just keep them as short as you want, like short as possible. Like I think what people tell you, and they've told me, is make it as long as you want, but as short as possible, right? Like people when on YouTube, there's so much content on YouTube that you need to just get in and then get out, especially if you're just starting out. For me, I create a lot of tutorial videos. So a lot of the content that I create, I've learned now that have a really short introduction, and then have a really short outro as well. People really just want to learn what you need to teach. Within that, you can send them to your course or your live streams, right? That's where you can do more longer form and more engagement. But if you're like me, if you're creating a lot of tutorials, then it's just like, hey guys, my name is Rob. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use BeLive. Let's go. And then that's really my intro. Sometimes, I might have a little like image in the bottom or animation to subscribe, but I won't actually say it out loud. It'll just be like the little subscribe, hand kind of doing the subscribe thing. And then that's really it. And then I get into the video. Get into the actual tutorial. And then at the end, hope you enjoy this. Enjoy the next video where I'm going to talk about, because then I'll know what video I'm going to put at the end. Enjoy this next video where I talk about how to bring guests on my live stream shows, right? Because at the end of it, yes, you want to get subscribers, but how YouTube works is that there's really a lot of push into watch time and what's called session time. So what that means is that if you go and if people are watching your first video and then you get them to watch your next video, then YouTube is going to be like, oh, this guy's video is pretty good. We're going to start suggesting it to a few more people that are just like this particular viewer. And so it's more important to get people to just continue watching rather than getting them to subscribe. What happens is then they'll leave, right? Like they'll be done. They'll watch your video. They might watch another one. They'll leave. And then when they go back to YouTube, they'll see another one of your videos, most likely, recommended to them on their homepage. And so that's really what you want to do. You just want people to watch, right? I would say maybe 1 out of every 5 videos, you do the whole thing of like, hey, my name is Rob. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and do a little bit more of a longer introduction. But for the most part, if you're just starting, just do quick tutorials if that's your type of content. And then just pump those out really quickly, as much as you can. And also, if you don't pump them out every day, I would say I've been told that the best way, and I've been doing this for my channel, is give at least 48 hours in between your videos. If you're pumping a lot of videos, daily vlogs is different. That's a different thing. That's a different beast. But if you're looking to get maximum views and you're just starting out, every 48 hours is probably the most like frequent that I would go with new videos. That way you're not cannibalizing your previous videos, because what happens is if you upload a new video, the focus for YouTube goes to that new video, and then your previous video kind of goes sidelines in some sense. So yeah, every 48 hours, if you're able to pump a lot of videos, just do it every 40 hours. So hopefully that was a good, that was a little longer than you probably
I loved it though. I loved it though. I feel like this is really important, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough, how often we should be creating content, the types of content that we're creating. And I really like that you brought up that there is that cannibalization of your videos if you are putting things out in a manner that's not necessarily spaced out enough, because it does take away a lot of those views, which is really important. So I kind of feel like that 48-hour window, which I actually have not heard anybody say it in that specific term before. I feel like that's a really smart way to go about doing this, to make sure you get the leverage from that first video before you put out the next one. So I love that. That was fantastic. I feel like we should have you back just to talk about videos sometime.
Yeah. We should. And just like really to end that part off is that even this is something we practice even on the TubeBuddy channel. You'll notice that we upload on a Monday, and then we have a live stream on a Wednesday, and then we upload again on Friday. So that's kind of our rhythm. It's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's just, and then I'll see a lot of creators do like Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my, like, as far as, but again, with all things, the disclaimer and the caveat is test it yourself. There are some entertainment channels out there. There's sort of like current events, news type channels that upload multiple times a day. Right, and so I can't speak to those because that's not the type of content I create. There's also daily vloggers out there, right? So they're uploading every single day. The difference is that you have to look at your audience. And also your analytics are you getting a lot of your views from your subscribers, or are you getting a lot of views from search or suggested views? For me, because it's my content are tutorial type videos, I get a lot of my my views from search, not necessarily from my subscribers, right? Because my subscribers could be, okay, cool, this is a really useful tutorial today, but the next one may not be really useful to them, right? Because it doesn't apply. They're not looking to, do something specific that I'm sharing in that video that week. But I get a lot of search and recommended search views. So you just have to look at sort of your content and also your analytics, where your views are coming from.
And I feel like for me, because I run multiple platforms, that is something that I really have to pay attention to, because my analytics are very telling on who is searching for my content and who is coming to me as a subscriber. And within those different platforms that I'm running, I do find that sometimes it's very strongly my subscribers who are watching and going through all of my videos. And then with some of my newer platforms or my tutorial educational platforms, a lot of that is coming from search, which is really interesting. So it's kind of one of those, you have to like figure it out and actually do the research on your own. But I love how you kind of phrased that and wrapped that up for us. That was fantastic. All right. We are kind of coming toward the end of our show, so I want to talk a little bit more about what we need to know about TubeBuddy and how we can leverage that within our businesses. So as somebody who has never, ever, ever heard of it, gone to your site, what do we need to know? What are those first steps to actually using it within our business, specifically within your free format, because everybody can access those tools?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I would just say keyword research, right? So connect TubeBuddy to your YouTube channel, download the extension, that way you can access it. And then you can start looking at different keywords that you're going after. And then that way you can actually see, like, is this a keyword that makes sense for me? What are some other suggestions for keywords? And then that will hopefully save you a lot of time and actually get you some more reach, more views, because you are being more strategic with your keywords and your descriptions and your tags as well, and help you with that, right? So that's where I would really start. There's also some fun ways where you might have seen a lot of these milestones on social media. So if you guys, this is a really cool way for me. When I was like, I think I started at TubeBuddy when I was, I think, in the mid 100s. Like I had like 120 subscribers or something a couple months ago. And so I just started sharing that, like how many, when I would hit like 150, 175. And it was like, I wanted people to know that I was trying to grow my YouTube channel, but it's also a little bit of accountability for myself, that I could share this, right? I want to hit that next goal. I want to show that to my peers, the people that I work with, the people in my circles, that I was trying to really grow this. And so it's just a fun way. You can kind of show off, how many subscribers you've gotten and different milestones, how many views, and also how many videos you've created. So yeah, that's what I would say. It's just install it, go on the free plan. By all means, there's no pressure to upgrade or anything. The free plan is more than enough. Yeah, there's more than enough tools in the free version to really help you get started. And if you feel like you need, to upgrade, then by all means, like I'll share a link with you guys here later. But yeah, you can just get a free trial, and then from there, it's up to you if you think that you could really benefit from some of the paid features. But like I said, it's a longer story, but our CEO is super, super generous that there's so much already in the free version that you can just start running with that.
I love it. I love it. And it's such a great tool. I know within some of my business groups, a lot of us are using this, and I just frequently see those milestone graphics all the time. Every day on my feed, I'm like, more people doing really cool things. I love it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm actually gonna send you a website after this, and I think it's tubebuddy.com/milestones, and you can see a running like sort of like a leaderboard of all the milestones that people are hitting.
That's cool.
Any given time of the day, like it's really cool. And then you can also, of course, see your own milestones, but you can kind of see some people are hitting their first 100. Some people are hitting like their 5 million. Like it's really cool to just see how big this YouTube world is. But yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. And I love that it's a very strong proponent of building community. I love that it
Mhm.
kind of brings everything together and you get to see where you are and where other people are. You get to see where you're going and you really get to kind of celebrate that together. So I love that TubeBuddy kind of adds that in as well as a special little bonus perk there.
Yeah. We'll make sure we set you guys up for sure.
Fantastic. And guys, all the information will be down in the show notes below. Make sure you check that out as well. Speaking of checking things out, Rob, where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I'll be connected to all the TubeBuddy channels. So, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. What else? YouTube, of course. But yeah, so TubeBuddy, just at TubeBuddy on any of those channels. And then you can connect with me on Facebook or LinkedIn, Instagram as well, and also my YouTube channel. And I'll give you guys all the links. But if you just copy and paste my name, I have a really long last name, then you can find me in all those channels. And feel free to message me. I'm happy to answer any questions. And speaking of community, I love community, so I'm more than happy to connect. So just send me a connection request, and yeah, I'll be here for you guys.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate all of your help and all of your insight on how to be using and leveraging TubeBuddy within our businesses. I can't wait to get you back on the show because we're definitely going to do that. I want to talk all about courses and all sorts of fun things with you. So I appreciate you being here, and we cannot wait to have you back.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right. If you are enjoying our Social Media for Bosses series, make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell. We're dropping brand new videos twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. We've got our live Ask Me Anythings every single Wednesday where I'm answering your social media marketing questions in real time for 20 minutes so you don't have to wait for any of our courses, webinars, or extra bonus content. And of course, we've got the Social Media for Bosses talk show every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and the Social Media for Bosses podcast, which drops every single Sunday and has completely unique content from the talk show. You do not want to miss out on that one. If you have someone who should be a teacher here on the show, I need to hear from you. Or if you want to be one of our teachers, come on over to socialmediaforbosses.com/guest and hang out with me and get the behind the scenes of what it's like to come on the show and have conversations and educate my students. We would love to get you in front of this amazing community. So I would love to hear from you. socialmediaforbosses.com/guest. Later this week on the podcast, we are going to be talking all about how I, as an introvert, excel at networking at events. So make sure you come over and hang out over on the podcast. We're talking about some tips and tricks that I have as someone who does not necessarily need to be around crowds all the time to make sure that I am getting the most out of these networking opportunities at events. And in our next video, we are going to be talking all about 5 don'ts that you should never, ever, ever do while you are live streaming. That one comes out tomorrow. So make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell so that you do not miss out. And I will see you again in our next Social Media for Bosses episode. We are going to be talking more about how you can build a profitable business through your smart social media marketing. I cannot wait for you guys to come join us. We are going to be chatting all about how you can use the live stream action plan, which is launching in just a couple of days, to make sure you are running one really important live stream within your business every single month to grow what you're doing in your brand, plus resources for all the others, and a lot of hand-holding, a lot of office hours, and a lot of help from me. I will see you guys again in the next episode. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic day and stay inspired. Bye-bye.